don't just play Kirk Franklin and you're going out to like to a mosh pit or something crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
right.
I understand that what I choose to say.
You play stomp though.
Yeah, you play stomp.
To a mosh pit and playing stomp.
Where you been? All that talking, you ain't showing up. I guess you must be taking cover cause I'm blowing up. No one else can hold me down because I'm going up. That's right, I'm going up. I'm like, hold up. Just broke the trigger on my PS4 controller. Busting shots on Overwatch and now it's over. I guess an L is all that they could go for. I'm like, so what? I'm like, where you...
We're shaking people. It's the creative process. Sitting down with my man Young Parker right here. So say what's up to the kids. We got two cameras rolling. Want to focus on this one over here since he's facing that way. So I direct my attention to you guys. What's going on, man?
What's going on, boss?
Not much, man. Chilling, man. Chilling. All right, so I'm just jump straight to the cut. What are your thoughts on iTunes shutting down?
Well, personally, it doesn't really affect me that much because I don't have any music on iTunes.
True.
And I'm not an Apple guy to begin with, so
Android all day, baby.
yeah, that's not really hurting me. I mean, I'm sure artists make sales through iTunes because it's like a $1 a track most of the time.
Okay.
So I think that it's going to push the marketplace to somewhere else. Honestly, it's going to give a lot of underdeveloped companies a chance to come up and snatch what Apple was basically giving away. Because why would you, you know what I'm saying? Why would you take that away if that's one of your good sources of income? So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I think music's always going to live. Music's forever going to go on. So as long as there's a passion to create, there's always going to be a passion for people to become consumers of music as well. Like that's going to happen. So
all right.
Yeah.
So do you think, I guess hypothetically, do you think SoundCloud will take back over, or do you think they're gonna keep losing money?
I think SoundCloud is headed in a good direction with their whole pro thing because that allows them to have their music distributed.
Right.
But the issue with SoundCloud is that one is I mean, it's great that there's so much music, but at the same time, it's almost like an extreme overflow or overflux of music because of how it's presented. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way music is presented now, especially in hip-hop, and that's the only thing I can speak on because that's what I do, but it's just nothing but, like, trap beats and simple rhymes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like anybody can literally do that.
SoundCloud artists.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's how you get the label SoundCloud artist, like, you know what I'm saying, over that stigmatism, like, oh, he's on SoundCloud, like, he's garbage. And, I mean, there is a lot of garbage on SoundCloud, I'm not going to lie, but there's also a lot of good on SoundCloud. I myself have been an advocate of SoundCloud for quite some time. Okay. But, I'm slowly making my transition off of SoundCloud to, Spotify.
Okay. All right.
Would have been Apple Music, but, everywhere else, Google Play. Or Google Music, I should say. Yeah, so that's still a service. So honestly, people might migrate to that because Google is universal.
Right.
So yeah, well, that's my thoughts about it.
I'm personally not a big fan of Google Music because I bought a Andy Mineo album on there, and then I updated my phone, transferred everything over, and it was gone. I don't know where it went. It was gone. So it was like I spent like $6 on this album. It's like never to get back, so.
Well, I mean, maybe that should have been something to, to email the devs about. They might have given you your money. I don't know. Honestly, that is a big fear of mine, like, as technology grows. Like, I don't know how many people are gamers out there in the world. Okay. But, like, even in that industry, like, they're pushing for everything to become digital.
Yeah.
So, the thing with digital gaming or cloud streaming gaming is that, like, you technically never own it. So if they ever decided for any reason to pull it off of the cloud, like, you wouldn't have the game anymore, even though you purchased it. And I feel like it's the same with music. Like, you don't know what these devs are going to do. Same thing with Apple Music. Like, people might have, or you as an artist may have heavily relied on Apple Music. That's where most of your fan base purchases came from. But then they remove it, and now you're stuck with everybody else. So
no more top charts or anything like that?
No. I think it has to fall into, building a true core fan base, really getting back to the roots of, like, hitting the streets, hitting these local events, these local open mics, whatever you can do to get your name out there and really building a fan base that's like completely genuine. Like they'll follow you from YouTube to Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you never really lose that income that you were depending on then because you have a true fan base. So that's something that I'm trying to do now.
Okay, so good segue. So how you yourself, how would you brand yourself as a artist there?
I would brand myself as a hip hop artist, first and foremost. Well, first and foremost, I'm a Christian. Okay. You know what I'm saying? God, it's God above everything. But there's a certain subgenre, and you know this, called CHH, Christian hip hop. And I mean, technically, I do belong in there because I'm Christian and I do make hip hop music. But I don't aim for my music to sound like a lot of the CHH artists that are currently out, or like on Rapzilla. Like nothing, not knocking those guys on what they do. I support them. But my goal and my group's goal is to push like quality Christian music. You know what I'm saying? That's like, you know, it's clean. There's nothing crazy going on, and it's Christian because I'm Christian. You know what I'm saying? Like overall, no matter what I do, like if I put out an album, at some point, if not throughout the whole thing, you're going to hear me talk about God or reference God, or you know what I'm saying? Like because that's my lifestyle. So I feel like for me being a Christian, I don't have to overly push Jesus in your face for you to know it because you'll know it through my lifestyle. So I just want to have fun with the music. I want to, you know, I want to be the guy that can get, you know, really crazy with like the technical raps and lyricism, and then I also want to be the guy that knows how to just have fun and just, you know, get that summer vibe with that one jam you just want to blast in the house while you cleaning up or something, just having fun. So that's my goal.
All right. So if you had to limit it, who are your top 5 CHH artists? So.
Oh man, that's tough. That is so tough. Right now,
I think we got him. Well, all right. So I would say like starting off, like the beginning. Not now.
Well, the way beginning is easy because there wasn't a lot out. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to the pioneers. You know what I'm saying? So like the Truth, the Cross Movement.
That's heavy right there.
Yeah. Bizzle when he was dropping like the Messenger mixtapes and whatnot.
I saw the Messenger 1, 2, and 3.
The breaks were big for me. And Lecrae, a lot of people didn't know about Lecrae's. What did he do? It was on BET too. It was Praying For You.
Praying For You. What was it?
Yeah. I'm praying for you. Yeah, that joint is it's a classic.
It was on BET.
Yeah, it was on BET. I remember watching it.
So your new ones. So your recent. Who's your recent top 5?
The new 8. I can't say top 5 for new, but I can say top 5 for people that I think are coming up.
Top 5.
So I know this guy's been out for a minute, but I recently started really liking him. So Paris Carriz, I really like him. I like the direction he's going in. Ty Brazzle, I respect him as an artist because I remember my friend Tarek designed one of his mixtapes. It was like the purple cover with his he designed that. So Tarek designed a lot of stuff.
Shout out. So who is Young Parker?
Young Parker. Okay, so Young Parker is, I wish I had the thing out, but Young Parker is, he's young Peter Parker, Miles Morales. You know what I'm saying? That's where the name comes from. And I resonate with it so much because Spider-Man is my ultimate favorite superhero. Like, I like the fact that, like, he is a hero, but he's also very normal. He suffers from normal issues, and even, like, in his superhero state, like, he does catch the fade every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Like
he does.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it makes his stories and his comic and just who he is so relatable as a person. And even some of that is partially inspiring to my own life. You know what I'm saying? Just how I model myself in certain things. And you know, it's great quote with great power comes great responsibility. So when it comes to the music, like I realize music is a very powerful tool. It's a very influential tool. You know, it changes the moods to everything. You know, you don't just play Kirk Franklin and you're going out to a mosh pit or something crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I understand that what I choose to say.
You play Stomp though.
Yeah, you play Stomp.
To a mosh pit and playing Stomp.
But like I understand that what I say and what I do with the music
it has a certain weight to it, and I don't, you know, take that lightly.
Okay.
I push the edges as far as like what's being said in CHH. Like, you know, everyone's talking about like God flexing, yeah. God put me on with that, like, and we get that he does do all of those things, but you know, what about the other stuff? Like, what about the I've been saved for 12 years and my faith has not gone anywhere? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been church all my life and I'm still doing drugs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what about those stories? So I really push, and not to say that I'm a negative rapper, because I do have a lot of fun stuff too, but like I really push to talk about those things, because I feel like those things aren't really being, sorry about that, I feel like those things aren't really being addressed in CJ at all. Like, nobody's just touching on it. It's all about the good stuff. I mean, not every song's good, but it's just like, you know, even for the sad stuff, it's like, you know, I'm pissed off, but I know it's gonna be all right because God got me. It's like, no, sometimes I'm pissed off, and when my friends or when my family sends me these text messages, like I haven't read all the scriptures already, like the typical ones, not everything, but you know what I'm saying, like, God got you, bro. Just pray. And I'm like, you don't think I've done to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tired of those generic Christian answers. It's like sometimes you just need somebody to talk to you, and that's what my music is about. It's just like, I'm not gonna, you know, present you with the, you know, Jesus loves you, and maybe you just need to pray hard tonight, and like, I'm just gonna just like, listen, man, life sucks, and I understand you're only in this feeling for the moment. So, you know, while you're in the moment, ride with me, know that I got your back. You can listen to me. We'll go through this thing together, and then when you're back on top, you know what I'm saying, continue to race. You know what I'm saying? So that's what my music is about.
Okay. What's your favorite project right now? What do you listen to right now? What are you putting on repeat? What do you listen to every day on my way to work?
On my way to work, it's Paul Russell's new album, like I said before. And then Matt Martian's The Last Party. I don't know if you know what the internet is, like the group, but they do like a lot of funk type stuff. But like, and he's a member of that group. Like, I like listening to different sounds because that's also inspires me as well. And I used to be a dancer, so it's like I like to hear different things and pull apart like what I can and can't, you know, into hip hop. Just be like, okay, well, you know, you've been listening to rap A and B, but what about this new sound that you may or may not have heard before? And that's something that I congratulate the guy in Anderson .Paak about, because he's bringing something that's not relatively new, but it's new to people's ears because they haven't heard it in such a long time. So definitely trying to do all that. But yeah, Matt Martians, Paul Russell, depending on how I'm feeling, maybe some Adrian Stresso, you know, some tragic, maybe some rock music. Like I bounce all over the place depending on my mood. So
that's good, man. You know, so you don't, I guess, you don't want to be stuck on one thing. You know, then you create that one thing. You know, so all right, man. You know, so all right, so where can we find you on your social medias?
Man, you can find me on Instagram is _Young Parker. There's a reason for that, but that can be another day.
Somebody got you?
No, no, just like a real meaning to it, like, you know, kind of just to say, like, you know, that space there, like, I'll never put myself in the beginning. Like, that space is for God. You know what I'm saying? So
I am
God
second
first, then me. So _Young Parker, SoundCloud, Young Parker, Spotify, Young Parker. There's actually a song that's already out, but I am about to drop something really soon called Mary Jane. So that's a vibe.
Mary Jane,
something I've never done before.
All right, So, all right, man. So, you have any excited upcoming projects from artists?
I do. I got mine that I'm really excited about. It's called Tate, The Amazing Young Parker. That's coming out next year. There's a girl named Abigail Furr. She's back up north in Manassas. Really dope artist. She has a project, a 5-track EP that's dropping in July. I want to say it's the 15th, but I might not be completely correct on the date. But it is dropping next month. I know that for sure.
Next month. All right.
And she's a very talented singer. Very talented. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people up there are very talented. But waiting on that. I'm waiting on a friend of mine named Brian. He goes by Kaiba. He's dropping a project once he finishes up his testing and whatnot. Who else? I am waiting for this Dreamville album, this collective. That is going to be fire to me. I don't know if you know about Jid, or J.I.D. People call him two different things. I call him Jid. But he's a very talented lyricist. So on that, Flying Lotus' new album that just dropped is fire to me.
Really? I've heard this.
The joint that he got with Anderson .Paak as a feature.
Yeah.
I want her to drop something new. I love her voice. Like her is. Oh,
in a soft spot. We got.
Come to church with me, girl. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. But it's a lot of people that I would love to hear another project from for sure. Kendrick Lamar. Of course, it's been a minute since his last one. So, or to me, it's been a minute. It might not for him. And my favorite, J. Cole. I would love for Shawan to drop a full project. That was one of my it's actually funny thing. It's a post on Facebook, like you have the memories. Yeah. Like I have a post literally saying like, if I was to become a rapper or a CHH artist, this is who I would want to sound like. Yeah. So I would want him to come back. I know he's dropped like the EPs or whatever, but I need the Wave Shawan to come back and hit the world. But yeah. We Live as Kings 2. Just saying. That would be fire.
Christian Grey.
I'm just saying.
Boom, guys.
One time, just bring it back. Y'all, I don't care what happens. Just bring it back and give us that. That'll be fire. Okay. But yeah, those are the main people I'm kind of looking for.
So talking about vets in a game, pillars. Have you heard Flames?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I haven't heard his new project.
You haven't heard? No, what? It's just a single.
Okay.
No, yeah. It's more of a not mumble rap, like a lyrical. I guess lyrical mumble rap is a thing, but that's one thing. Keep up with the times. So, do you have any plan to how to keep up with the times?
My take on it.
Have your own lane.
Yeah, I think I have my own lane. Like my take on it. Like, don't get me wrong. Like some of the new stuff is catchy. Like everybody's doing the A rap now. So like, hey, and like it is catchy and it is dope. Yeah. But I kind of I don't know if you heard the song "Middle Child" by J. Cole.
I haven't heard remixes to it.
Yeah. So like that's kind of my take because I am a middle child.
Okay.
So like that's kind of my take on it. Like I love some of the old school. I love some of the new school. And then like here's where I am with it all. So it's like I like both. I don't really have a favorite per se as far as what generation of music. But I mean as an artist you do have to be able to adapt. I don't think that it's good to conform to the way that you don't sound like yourself anymore. Like whatever sound that was truest to you that put you on. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the sound you should generally stick to, unless you openly say like, hey, like I'm about to make different music because I like making different music. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like Childish Gambino. Another one of my favorites. You know what I'm saying? Like when he went from what was the World Star album? Because of the Internet. When he went from Because of the Internet to freaking For Forsaken Love or whatever, the one with the blue face and like like that was a complete style change for him.
It was.
But it was something that he wanted and it turned out really great. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that I can condemn or commend. Then you got other artists where it's just like they'll jump completely to the left and it's like, why did you do that? Like,
and then it's not them.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I respect people that can do that. Kid Cudi, that's one of them. Like sometimes it was hit or miss, but I respected his drive for it. Still one of my favorite artists to this day. His recent or his last recent project, still love it to death. Not the one with Kanye, but the Pain, Passion, and Demon Slaying. You know what I'm saying? That was complete fire to me. It felt like I was listening to a kid named Cudi like all over again. So I definitely shouts out to Lecrae and them for staying relevant for so long, and especially in this genre. I still think that it's time for the new wave to start taking over, and for them to really step up as far as not only just being artists and Christians, but like even in their content and their music, because again, like a lot of things that I'm peeping in CHH now is just, you know, trap, turn up, God got me, yeah, we gonna win, yeah, and it's just like, it's cool, but it's like, can you say anything else? Like, you know what I'm saying? Back then we had tracks.
Right.
Not saying you got to go back to complete Bible studies and full sermons in your tracks again, but like, you know what I'm saying? Just give us some more content. So, so that's my goal, is to provide some content. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that other people are going to do the same.
Okay. Now, so switching topics here, you know, I go back and forth to keep y'all entertained. I'm gonna say one topic too long. So, Joe, Spider-Man. Who was the best to play Spider-Man, in your opinion? I'm a Tobey Maguire fan, so I mean, hands down. This new guy, he alright. I mean, he alright. You know, but yeah.
I like Tobey. Don't get me wrong.
Tobey.
I was never a fan of Andrew Garfield because I didn't like the way he looked, for one.
Okay.
And he was too cocky as a Peter Parker to me. People say they loved him as Spider-Man. I thought he was okay. I didn't really love him or hate him. I thought he was okay. Tobey embodied Peter Parker perfectly to me. He was really dope. But I didn't like the pacing of the movie. And that's not to Tobey's fault because he doesn't control that.
Right.
But like the movies just felt really slow to me and like drawn out. Like if you go back and watch a movie, I guarantee you won't feel like, God, man, it's taking forever. So yeah, so it's like my favorite right now, inevitably, is Tom Holland. What I do like about Tom, he embodies both characters to the T.
Yeah.
Funny, like Disney, Marvel, they do it right. Sony, man. But what I don't
like, y'all, Sony. For y'all.
What I don't like though, because you know what I'm saying, I have my hashes with Tom too, and it's not really, again, it's not really Tom's fault. But since we've gone through 2 Spider-Man reboots already, you know, they made this current one Iron Man reliable heavy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I get why they did it, but I hate that it's still relevant because it's like Spider-Man is a beast in his own right. He didn't need Iron Man to be a beast. So it's like, can we get off of this like Peter Tony love relationship thing and just focus on straight Peter? Like, he's dope. But I'm excited about the new movie coming out. I think it's going to be amazing. I already have an idea of how it's going to end because comic nerd. But I have to give it to Tom. Like, I think he's going to be, as long as Sony doesn't decide to cut Disney off when this last movie ends and they get the rights to Spider-Man back, then I think it's gonna be great. If they try and throw Tom Holland and Venom in the same movie and Sony runs it, I'm gonna be upset. If Marvel ran it, I'd be okay.
Right.
But if Sony runs it,
it's Marvel man, they've been
they're the ones. And now they're under the mouse house, it's a wrap. Because Disney gonna get the money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Disney's gonna make theirs.
Okay. Alright, man. Alright, so I think that about wrap it up, man. You have any last words, anything? Any encouraging words for any up and coming artists?
I'm just gonna pass down what I've been hearing constantly, and it's just, you know, to put the 10,000 hours in. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, 10,000 hours to your craft. You know what I'm saying? To master it. It's very hard. I'm not gonna like make it fluff it up like it's, you know, say it's something that you can generally do. No, it's very hard to stay consistent. It's very hard to keep that drive and that passion going. But that's what's going to separate, you know, the artists that really do it from the people that just like think they want to do it and then they run into their first roadblock and like, oh man, all right. You know what I'm saying? Like when I first started, I was like, well, I got this. Then I hit my first roadblock. I was like, well, I don't know. And then like it came down to album time. And it's like, all right, well, I want to own beats exclusively, which means that I can sell and do whatever, you know, perform shows without any limits. Okay. That's what exclusive means. When you have leases, then you're limited to the producer. They own it, not you. Oh, wow. So, you know, I had to push myself because that obviously costs money to own these beats. You know, and I've never spent this much money in something, you know, but at the same time, it's like, if you don't invest in yourself, why would anybody else? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I buy your album and you didn't even? So, that's the way I look at it. I'm gonna, and yeah, that's just the way I look at it. That's the way I want to keep pushing forward with it, to see how far I can take it. But main tips: invest in yourself, put the hours in,
Hours.
Take critiques when you're starting off. You know what I'm saying?
Butt hurt. Get out your feelings.
Like if somebody says you suck, you just suck. Like if they say you're offbeat, you're just offbeat. You know, it's going to take some time for you to learn your sound before you can like kind of refute back those criticisms. You know what I'm saying? So while you're early, you want to take the criticism. When you're getting better, then maybe be a little bit more discerning with people that don't know you like that. Yeah. But for the most part, just take the criticisms. Learn, always be a student of the game. That's in anything. Like, always be a student of the game. Respect anyone's craft. Like, if they made it for a reason. Whether it's just for them to be a one-hit wonder or whatever. Like, there's something about that sound that made them jump up to that platform. So, be a student of the game and have fun, man. That's what it's all about, is having fun.
Appreciate you sitting down with us, man. So, guys, follow this man, Young Parker, on all social platforms. Buy his music. Should be free. I don't know, but it's iTunes. He's not even on iTunes anyway. But you get like previews on SoundCloud. But support this guy. He's different. Making moves here. 2019, baby. We coming. Subscribe.